and legislation. When you gave out the communication in the morning, I was surprised, Mr. Speaker, to see that a third of the members here ran away from this house instead of sitting here to defend or be for the motion. And it's shameful enough to have such kind of members. We took out of office to defend and protect the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, sir, when you look at the revenue collection, which is mentioned in the motion, we as Kericho County, we are counted as one of the richest counties. And we should be above 1.5 billion in terms of revenue. But surprisingly, we are raising 300 million. The other 500 million that we are raising is only from the patients and the sick people of Kericho County. And for this reason, we are not going to continue riding on the sick people or the sick people of our county. Mr. Speaker, sir, the issues that have been highlighted in terms of the Kas Mtaani, in terms of the revenue collection, for example, look at Londiani. I want to prosecute the issues of my ward, that's the Londiani ward. We have 880 acres, but in our budget estimates, it was projected that 7,000 was collected.
Yes.
While in the instance, 2.8 million was collected, meaning there is loss of revenue. Mr. Speaker, sir, when we talk of the issue of Londiani accident, actually, it is so emotional to me and members coming from that sub-county, because we have victims who actually suffered a lot, and they are still suffering up to now. When the money from the national government was given out, it was shared equally and was not spent on any other thing apart from the victims. But the money that came from the county government was instead spent by kangaroo court, kangaroo procurement team that misused the money. And for this case, on my side, I stand firm to defend the people of Londiani and say we must send the CEO of this county for misappropriation of victims for Londiani ward, for Londiani accident. And I stand with these members to say I support the motion. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Peter Kemoy, and then I'll give to the Honorable Peter Kemoy, Honorable Peter Kemoy, and then Honorable Richard Langat, and then Honorable Philip Mutai, and then we can close from there.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. I want to stand in support of this motion of the removal of His Excellency Dr. Eric Mutai. All have been mentioned, Mr. Speaker, sir. The only challenging issue is that one of the MCAs where the governor is coming from is in public domain, is in social media, that His Excellency has been hiding some resources through her, so that which means our revenue collection has been hiding in one of the MCAs where the governor is coming from. Your Excellency, sir, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to say that Honorable Amos Piril was elected by people of Cap Katet. When His Excellency went to his place and pronounced himself that honorable member is mentally blind and is also stupid, and the same people casted their votes to His Excellency, which means is demeaning his honorable MCAs. I want to urge that respect is paramount, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, sir. Recently, when we were doing some investigation, I think, Mr. Speaker, sir, some of the youths was doing demonstration in this town, requesting for their rights, requesting for the payments, and yet they deliver their duties when they were given responsibilities to do some of the works in this county. Instead of paying them, some of the individuals, some of the officers in this county went with their monies, and we are advocating that this county should pay for our youths who deliver their duties in this county. They are requesting for payment for 17 days, which was not paid for. And when we were sitting in the budget, it proves that the money was removed and paid all these youths. Where did the money went? And it was budgeted for. So we are demanding for their rights. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you so much, Honorable Richard Langat, the member of County Assembly for Kidawa, and then I'll give to Honorable Philip Mutai. Let us limit ourselves.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise to support the motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, our county is going directly to the dogs. Mr. Speaker, sir. For the county to be returned back to the normal state of Mr. Speaker, sir, the governor must be impeached. To redeem the bad name of this county, Mr. Speaker, sir, the governor must be impeached. To have an equitable resources, Mr. Speaker, sir, among our wards, Mr. Speaker, sir, the governor must be impeached. Mr. Speaker, sir, I can say our speaker, our governor is a liar. Mr. Speaker, sir, I can cite an example, Mr. Speaker, sir. When our governor came to my ward, he just picked a very poor woman of almost 50 years and promised her that she will be employed, Mr. Speaker, sir. To date, Mr. Speaker, sir, the woman is coming to my home, Mr. Speaker, sir, trying to asking where her employment has reached, Mr. Speaker, sir. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, the governor must be impeached. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Philip Mutai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for this opportunity.
Honorable members, let us consult in Lotons. Order. Yes, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity. And by extension, the great people of Kipchemchemo, I represent with a lot of honesty. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand in totality to support the motion. And I just want to congratulate the move of the motion for standing firm and putting it clear, short and clear, the allegations that are before this House on issues of impeaching the Honorable Governor. Mr. Speaker, sir, on the issue of revenue, just imagine, Mr. Speaker, sir, this century, collecting revenue using an excise book is at least expressing this revenue collection in this county is at a dogs. I want to say, Mr. Speaker, sir, that we are robbing our traders across the county in our markets. Where the move of the motion comes from, that is Kiptere, one of the biggest markets within the town, within the county. Most of the traders have been crying about the amenities. Say that they refuse even to pay the revenue just because we steal from them and not even providing the amenities to them. Mr. Speaker, sir, still on the revenue, I know, and I want to be on record, I know of 2 revenue officers who have been collecting money to their personal advantage. In fact, 2 of them have been marrying. Each and every year they have been adding wives to their names. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, the 1/3 of our honorable members who miss this opportunity to come and exercise their constitutional mandate, I want to tell their residents that time is not lost. They can still recall them. And I want to be on record. On this, the following words. Kapkugerwet, Chaik word, Soin word, Kapsoid word, Kunyak word, Cheblanket word, Litain word, Chemosot word, Tebesonic word, Kiljebor word, Kabianka word, Let those people exercise their mandate and recall these honorable members. Because it is a total injustice to these people. So I just want to, lastly, I just want to congratulate my 31 strong team that we have stand firm with this great county of Kericho to at least give them favor they deserve. I raise my case by saying I support the impeachment of His Excellency, Honorable Dr. Eric Mutai, to go home. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
All right, thank you. The Honorable Amos Pirir, and then I'll give to the Honorable Paul B. That is the last submissions. Yes. As you adjust your mic properly and you will proceed, I'll give you 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for considering
Order.
the great people
members.
of Kappadeka.
Order. Let's consult in low tones. Order. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance so that I can contribute to support the motion which was raised by Honorable Rogoin and second by Albert. Actually, I want to congratulate the mover of the motion and honorable members for standing firm. We were sent here to represent the people, and it is really a shameful for some honorable members to move out of this house. Instead of defending the people, they run away. They run away, which shows those people are getting something. That is why they are running away. You know, when somebody is getting something, he has nothing to say because all the time is satisfied with what we have been given. So I want to thank honorable members. Actually, our governor already has failed. I am somebody very old. I am representing the great people of Kappadeka, and I was elected. I think those people, they already satisfied that I am normal. That is why I was competing with 17 aspirants, and I was the only one who was honored by the people, and I was given the seat. And I am really surprised when honorable governor, as he came to Kappadeka and abused me, saying that I am blind and I am a deaf and I am a stupid, which means those people of Kappadeka are stupid, not me. Because Honorable Mutai was elected by the people of Kappadeka, and he respect him. And I'm really surprised when an honorable, somebody who is called Dr. Eric Mutai, he has enough education. Because sometimes he's complaining that how can I work with people who never went to school? What shows that he went to school? Huh? You cannot abuse somebody, an old man like me. Yes. I'm underage of his father. Yes. Because I was called by this Korongoriot. So, which means Honorable Mutai is my son. He needs to respect me. Yes. Even I'm too old, he needs to show respect to me. Yes. Sometimes, even if I never went to school, he needs to show me respect. So we were sent by our people to come and represent them to defend their properties. Yes. And it is really very bad for some few people to steal the properties of Kericho. Yes. I want to thank these people, 31 members, who have seen that our county we are losing a lot. Yes. Otherwise, honorable members, let us defend this county. Because the governor has failed, you better go and look another job because he has repeated the work.
Order, the Honorable Paul B. Order, honorable members.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for allowing me to speak on behalf of voters of Kapsaus who actually sent me to this assembly on their behalf. The trust, Honorable Speaker, that was bestowed on me and the oath of office that I took here to defend and to defend our county in so many ways and to defend our people. That is why I stood firm, and I really want to congratulate the mover of the motion, my good friend, Honorable Rugony, and the seconder. Honorable Speaker, we've come a long journey. That is trying to talk to our good friend, Honorable Dr. Mutai, Governor Kericho County. On a personal note, I've been so close to him. I've taken my time actually to advise him. Having in mind, as was said by Honorable Jeriot Bet, we went to Mombasa some times back 1 year ago, and we were trying to get some way out of, on ways to collect this revenue. We deliberated, we talked, and finally there was no outcome. We came to Nakuru, as was said, and thereafter when we finished the meeting, Honorable Speaker, on a personal note, I did call him again with the sentiments he made, the accusations that bring on the impeachment. I'll cut someone, at his neck. Honorable Speaker, I took my time and I did call him. As I stand here today, I'm not afraid to say Dr. Eric Mutai must go home. He must go home. He must go home because he doesn't take, advices from anybody. Honorable Speaker, the most affected word is my ward. Have in mind, when we came in, there was a young CEO, water called Wesley. He left because of the frustrations and, intimidations that he saw in this county. Secondly, we saw CEO Rosemary, who was in charge of finance, a very brilliant young lady who wanted to serve the county very well and to move, in terms of resources. We've talked on all these revenue streams that we must, automate, and maybe we do CCTV in some streets in this town. But because of the interest of one person, because of the interest that is not, it doesn't want to progress the county, we must say today he must resign or he must leave, with immediate effect. Honorable Speaker, I understand, there's a lot of movements in those offices because some staff are being moved left and right. Those are the kind of frustrations we would not like to see. Honorable Speaker, I was a chair, Kazi Mtaani. Have in mind, when we formed the ad hoc committee on Kazi Mtaani, I was a chair, and we made some observations, about 21 of them. We made some recommendations, about 24 of them. To date, no implementation, to show that he doesn't respect this honorable house. So I want to support my colleagues and to congratulate these gallant soldiers who stood firm and say we must protect our county to progress. We must protect our resources. When we talk of Kabianga Tea Farm, Honorable Speaker, I was the chair of finance way back in 0207 when I was a councillor. And the proceeds from Kabianga Tea Farm, my colleagues, we used to pay bursaries for our children. Today, as we sit here, we get nothing from Kabianga Tea Farm to show the man who's in the lead is not leading us well. And we must say he must be in bid. Thank you, and may God bless.
All right, thank you. Order, honorable members. Order. Now, the Honorable Ezron, you are one of the ranking members, and I had already pronounced myself that the Honorable Paul Kiptobi will be the one making final submissions. The Honorable Anthony Ruta too has also raised his hand. Honorable members, I'll give you 2 minutes each. 2 minutes each, and let us. Okay, all right. The Honorable Hezron Ngatich. 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Sir, I'll use only 1 minute, Mr. Speaker. I was trying to sit down, Mr. Speaker, and it came to my mind that, Mr. Speaker, when the history of this county will be written, Mr. Speaker, I must be among in the chapters, Mr. Speaker. And to use this platform, Mr. Speaker, to tell the honorable members, Mr. Speaker, who are present in this honorable house today, Mr. Speaker, that this is a defining moment, Honorable Speaker, where it defines politicians and leaders, Mr. Speaker. The honorable members who are in this house, Mr. Speaker, are leaders, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, leaders are those people, Mr. Speaker, who do what is right and not what is popular. We are doing the right thing, Mr. Speaker, by saving the Kericho County, Mr. Speaker. Some of the allegations which has been enumerated in that motion, Mr. Speaker, I support 100%, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is line to the members of the public, Mr. Speaker, on the issue to do with revenue, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish time will allow, Mr. Speaker, so that we dissect, so that the honorable members and the members of the public and members of the fourth state can realize, Mr. Speaker, the lie which has been being told about revenue, Mr. Speaker. That in the last financial year, Mr. Speaker, we collected 841, Mr. Speaker. The actual money which was collected, Mr. Speaker, is 359, Mr. Speaker. Another which was collected on the hospital, Mr. Speaker, is 185, Mr. Speaker. The additional, the other FIF is called Facility Improvement Fund. That is not revenue, Mr. Speaker, because those are NHIF rebates and those are the monies which cannot be used on development, Mr. Speaker. So the true position of what we collected, Mr. Speaker, is only 359. And Mr. Speaker, let me inform the Honorable House, Mr. Speaker, out of the 359 million which was collected, Mr. Speaker, were it not for the multinational who gave us a check of 105 million for land rate, Mr. Speaker, we will have collected merely 100 something, Mr. Speaker. So this county, Mr. Speaker, is in docs, Mr. Speaker, because they have disregarded the laws and the regulation which we have passed in this house, Mr. Speaker. The valuation role is capable of collecting 1.2 million to this county, Mr. Speaker. But what is happening, Mr. Speaker, they have disregarded the valuation role. And Mr. Speaker, some of the witnesses which we call, because we were in the revenue committee, Mr. Speaker, there is one lady, Mr. Speaker, who is almost exiting service. I don't want to name her specifically, Mr. Speaker, but he confessed in this floor, honorable house, Mr. Speaker, that, Mr. Speaker, she has served and she has only 2 years to exit service. But what she has seen in the last 2 years under this administration, Mr. Speaker, she was pissed off, Mr. Speaker, because she said, whatever we collected and recorded in the ground, Mr. Speaker, is different from what has been recorded here, Mr. Speaker. That shows, Mr. Speaker, how this county has gone to dogs, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for us to save this county, Mr. Speaker, we have to raise up with rise to occasion, Mr. Speaker, and ensure this motion passes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm an engineer by profession, Mr. Speaker, and I'm a mathematician, Mr. Speaker. And the mathematics, and there is one thing which has been a very difficult maths to be handled by all mathematicians, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you give a single person here to count 1 billion shilling, he will count it in a simple manner, Mr. Speaker. But when you give a single person to count 100 votes, he cannot, Mr. Speaker. This is the same as now as being in this quagmire. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are even unable to do for class 4 mathematics to define what is a third, what is 2/3, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and Mr. Speaker, I have a high regards to the Deputy Speaker of this House, Mr. Speaker. Because every now and in time when he sits there, Mr. Speaker, he normally used to say, Mr. Speaker, we need to have 16 members to form a third, which forms the quorum of this House, Mr. Speaker. If 16 members forms a third, Mr. Speaker, what makes what is 2/3 now? It's simple mathematics which doesn't need a calculator, Mr. Speaker. You just say 47, you less 16, you get 31. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, we are dealing with human beings. We are not dealing with ceilings and cents, Mr. Speaker. Even if we go to the fraction way, let's say a third, 1/3 over 47, it is 15.66. So because it is beyond 5, we round out to the nearest digit. That forms 16. That is why we have our quorum at 16, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, 2/3 of 47 makes 31.33, Mr. Speaker. We don't have 0.33 of a person, so we round off to the nearest decimal point, Mr. Speaker. That forms 31. Simple mathematics, which was taught in class 4, which doesn't need even interpretation. Mr. Speaker, as I finalize, Mr. Speaker, I know you are more informed than us, Mr. Speaker, and I know we have several case laws, we have several incidences whereby most of the assemblies and most of the has been found themselves in this quagmire, and there must be a ruling. So, Mr. Speaker, you guide the honorable house and inform those honorable members that, Mr. Speaker, this is a game of wits.
Thank you.
Thank you. I support the motion.
Lastly, the Honorable Anthony Ruto.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity so that I may also support this very important motion. I want to congratulate and applaud the 21 honorable members, 31 honorable members who chose to take a very hard decision. Honorable members, Honorable Speaker, sir, a good leader shows the way and walks the way. And it comes a time when a good leader has to make hard decisions. It is at this particular time where we are required to make hard decisions. I want to congratulate you for taking those hard decisions to end status quo in Kericho County. It is common sense that Kericho County is among 47 counties in Kenya. But it is among those ones that are endowed with a lot of resources. It is very unfortunate. It is shameful for counties like Homa Bay, Wajir, Turkana, collecting over 1.something billion in terms of their own source of revenue. Kericho is doing at 300, 200. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Honorable Speaker, sir, I was a teacher for a long time. And when a school performs poorly, the head teacher takes the responsibility. When an institution performs poorly, it is the head teacher that takes the responsibility. Kericho County is performing poorly. The person who is supposed to take responsibility is the governor, Dr. Eric Mutai. Honorable Speaker, sir, for instance, in Kipkelion, we have 30 acres of coffee. Before the inception of devolved units, it was under Kipkelion Town Council. We used to collect 5 million and above. As we are speaking now, We are not even getting 1 million in that coffee farm. If in simple mathematics, 1 acre has 30 bushes. 1,000. 30 times 1,000 is 30,000. Averagely, you can be able to get 5 kilos. Let us say 5 per tree. 30,000 times 5. 150 kilos. 150,000 kilos. Multiplied by even 100 shillings per kilo. 15 million. We should be getting 15 million in coffee farm in Kipkelion. But as we are speaking now, we are getting 1 million. That is shameful. So we want to say, Honorable Speaker, sir, without mixing our words, Governor Mutai has to take responsibility. So I stand on behalf of the people of Kipkelion that Governor Mutai should carry his own cross. And I want to make this one clearly, Honorable Speaker, sir, and loudly. We want our people back there at home to understand that when we don't collect revenue, meaning that we will not be able to carry out programs and projects back there in our wards. For us to be able to carry out projects and programs, we must make sure that we correct this problem of revenue collections once and for all. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir.
All right, thank you, the Honorable Anthony Ruto. Honorable members, before I call upon the mover to reply, order, honorable members. Before I call upon the mover of the motion to reply, that is the Honorable Kiprotich Rogoni, standing order number 78.3, provides that when the Speaker is satisfied that the motion has been adequately debated, of which I am satisfied, the Speaker shall call upon the person who is being removed from office to answer issues raised in the debate.